Expert in elder law, Gary Price is back to answer the question, what is the most important legal document everyone should have in place? Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Angie.
So what's the answer to that question?
Well, let me say this. The most important document, I guess people have different needs at different times, and in that particular time of need, there may be a more important document. But as far as consistency goes, in my opinion, one of the most important documents, regardless of whether we're talking about estate planning or whether we're talking about Medicaid planning, the document that everyone needs is a power of attorney instrument. You just need to have one. There's just so many reasons. There's so many things that go wrong when you don't have one, and just everyone that's watching, be sure and get yourself a power of attorney. It's a wonderful safety net. It'll save your family a lot of grief, and it'll save your family a lot of money too by having a simple power of attorney instrument.
All right, so and we all hear about that document, but what is it actually, and what power does it give to the person who is named there?
Sure. Well, a power of attorney it's a written authorization, first of all, must be in writing, and it allows someone to act on the other's behalf. The person who is granting the authority is often referred to as the grantor or the principal, and the person receiving the authorization to act is often called the agent or attorney in fact. And basically, the grantor is granting to the agent the authority to act on any. Basically, it can be limited, but generally, it's basically you're allowing that person to do whatever the agent can do. Whatever the grantor can do, you're allowing the agent to do on that grantor's behalf. It could be financial, it could be business related, it could be medical related, health related, any other legal matter.
Well, I'm going to make a guess and say that most families and most parents make their children the power of attorney, or is that not the case?
They do, and you can name one person or you could name two people. I've done with three. It starts getting a little complicated. Maybe we want to have a little discussion if you want more than that. But yeah, it's quite often, if you trust your kids, then yeah, it's a good idea to make them your attorney in fact.
What are some of the myths surrounding this, though, Gary? I would imagine that people have misinformation about what the power of attorney can and can't do, like moving your money, for example.
Well, that's probably the main one, Angie, that, okay, if I name someone, can they go take all my money? Right. Or could they? And the answer is I suppose yes. But there's also two responses to that to rebut that. First off, as I said before, you want to name someone or someone's that you trust. But number two, when they accept the authority as your attorney in fact, they then have a fiduciary duty to you to act on your behalf. So if they were to take your money, there is legal remedies for that, because they obviously have breached that fiduciary duty.
Right. Gary, do you talk about this in your book?
I think it's mentioned in the book, Angie.
Okay. How do we get our hands on that book?
All right. So Medicaid in Indiana, just call my office, 812-479-8721. We'll be happy to send you a copy, no charge.
Thanks again for great and important information, Gary. We really appreciate your time and your expertise.
Good to be here. Thank you.
More local lifestyles for you right after this.
This portion of Lifestyles is sponsored by Gary Price, elder law attorney.